So I'm so excited today to have CT Cathi Tarbox. She is the creator of the AI twin, and I'm so excited to have you on the Millionaire Mom Method. Thanks so much for coming today.
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Yay! I love in these interviews, I love talking about to other entrepreneurs and women, of course. I love talking how we can inspire others, teach others, and grow together. That is my big goal in life is that we all rise together, right? And we lift each other up along the way. So I'm so excited to have you here. And I would love to hear, I like starting off, I love hearing origin stories. So I would love to hear from you where you feel like if there was a moment of that spark, or if you feel like it was many moments linked together where you like, oh my God, I've got to start this business. I've got to offer this to the world. Tell me where you feel like if there was a spark or many sparks.
Oh yeah, no, there was definitely a one spark. Um, I think back in 2018 is when I started dabbling in entrepreneurship. So I spent about 30 years in corporate,
Gotcha.
and I did the website, I did Facebook ads, I did the ManyChat messenger marketing, I did a range of things, and it was all more on the techie side, which I loved,
Hmm.
but I didn't like the clients. It
Oh,
required them coming with knowing things. And what I was finding was like working with women starting off in business, they're still figuring things out.
right.
So I went back to my NLP route, so neuro linguistic programming, and I
Oh,
was a trainer. I'm a master trainer. And the other part that I saw two things that people were struggling with. One was tech, and I just didn't want to be tech support,
yeah.
although I love tech. And
Yeah.
the other one was storytelling. People were doing all of
Oh,
this content, but not storytelling. And
yeah.
so in NLP, we have this communication model, the way we communicate with ourselves and others. And it's through words and it's through our primary rep system. So I started teaching magic metaphors and how
Oh,
to create deep metaphors in storytelling.
oh
And
wow.
then I had a student, and then that was about 3 months in when ChatGPT launched 3 years
Oh
ago,
my gosh.
November,
Really?
3 years
It's only
ago.
been 3 years?
Yeah,
What?
November 2022. I know it because I resisted until
Yeah.
February because I
Interesting.
had finally figured out that I was going to do magic metaphors. I
Uh,
was going to do storytelling.
right.
I was like, I was going to do
And
it.
then here.
And then their student
Yeah.
of mine said, CT, why aren't you like doing some of ChatGPT? And I'm like, no. I was just
Interesting.
not anti, but I was just, I thought it was another
Hesitant.
hype. Do you
Yeah.
remember Clubhouse?
No.
Okay, so Clubhouse was this, invite only, this magic
Mm.
bullet, and it kept people on an audio platform for
Oh,
hours and hours a day, and it really sucked people in. And
wow.
Clubhouse, ChatGPT, it sounded too familiar. And
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
see.
I'm not going down another marketing rabbit
Yeah.
hole.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I resisted. But then there was a coach after this person said, CT, you need to be in ChatGPT, you need to be in AI. And I'm like, whatever. And
Sure.
then a couple weeks later, I was in a Facebook group and there was a coach that talked about if you haven't used ChatGPT yet, I'm like, okay, that's me. So
Yeah.
if you're listening and you haven't used ChatGPT yet, this might be your challenge. It said take like your networking pitch or your sales pitch and tell ChatGPT to put it in the voice of Oprah or Brene Brown or Tony Robbins or
Mm.
somebody else.
Yeah.
And I did. I did it in the voice of Oprah. And so the next
Ooh.
networking event that I went to, I started off with imagine Oprah coming out on stage. You get a car and you get a car. I was like, you get a metaphor and you get a metaphor and you get a metaphor. And I sounded just like Oprah,
Yes, of course.
but it didn't land. And by
Uh,
then people knew me. And
right.
so that was the moment where it struck me that if this thing can sound so much like somebody else, then why can't it sound like me? Because it was either AI robotic content or it was
Yeah.
sounding like everybody else. And so I went down this rabbit
Wow.
hole with my NLP skills And I figured out how to prompt it, how to extract information out of the human and put it inside this thing called your AI twin. So
Love
ChatGPT and these other
it.
tools can
Yes.
sound uniquely like you. And so
Oh my
that changed
impetus.
everything, because then now my
Yeah.
whole business is AI. Yeah.
Wow, I love it. And so because you really thought it was more than just doing the work for you or getting the words, you felt like it needed to be you. You wanted it to be more you.
Yep. Well, because I saw all these generic prompts and I'm
Yeah,
like, people are going crazy about these generic responses. I'm like, I don't get it. It was like,
right.
it was fast and it sounded really
Yeah.
good. But
Interesting.
in my training world, I was a learning and development manager. And I always used to say the training development team, which I led, was like content with lipstick. It was like
Oh,
they made content like look really pretty with
right.
like e-learning and things, but it wasn't substantial.
Oh, gotcha.
And I felt the same way with
Chat
ChatGPT.
GPT.
People were getting these results, but it was like surface level. It wasn't deep. It was sounding like
Interesting.
everybody else. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, fascinating. So maybe you can help us figure this out together, right? Is that I think so many of us probably dabble in Chat GPT because mostly for the speed, right? It helps us get a lot
Yep.
of stuff done. But maybe if you could, without revealing too much, if you could tell us like a couple of quick tips that you think we all need to be using AI or Chat GPT a little bit better for our messaging.
Yes. Okay. So 1,000%, you have to follow what all the other gurus tell you. It needs to learn your writing style. And so
Sure.
the way that you do that is you give it 5 to 10 examples of your writing style. But that's where people were
Oh,
saying that then turns it into your tonality and your personality. No, written communication, oral communication are different. The way that you
oh,
write is not the way that you speak.
yes.
And so I would also, so yes, get your writing sample, get that in there, and then tell ChatGPT that you want it to return a prompt for you that lets that next future conversation know your writing style. So you create a unique prompt that is your writing style. And that's
Yeah.
part of the twin, but that's everybody can do that. The part that will be unique, and this is a gift to you and your audience, is
Oh, that's so nice.
record yourself talking about things that
Wow.
you love and things that you hate.
Oh,
And so the AI twin goes in a lot deeper, but I can tell you
yes.
that those are the first two questions that I get people to answer. And
Wow.
not, I hate chocolate, I hate wine, and I hate traffic.
Right.
No. Oh my God, I hate chocolate because I remember when I was 3 years old, I went trick or treating and I ate a whole bag of candy and I
Wow.
just remember throwing up and I hate it. So it's
Oh,
like
a
telling
whole
a
story.
story.
Wow.
Yes. So this is where
Interesting.
ChatGPT will pick up the words that you say, the phrases that you say,
Wow.
the underlying nuances of what makes your personality.
Oh
So
my
I
gosh.
guarantee you, if you do a writing and a tone,
Yeah.
like an oral
Audio.
transcript, and tell ChatGPT, give you what's my personality? Because
Yeah.
Kristina, here's the thing: all the tools still today, it drives me crazy. They'll say, pick your tone. Is it witty? Is it sarcastic? Is it informational? Like,
Yeah.
we're more than that. So
Yeah.
within the twin, there's like a 10 sentence paragraph that describes your personality inside the twin. So then
Wow.
it's going to sound like you. So for you and your
Interesting.
audience, if you haven't done those
That's
two
so nice
things,
of you.
you have
Yes.
to start there.
What a
Yeah.
gift.
Yeah.
Thank you. What a great
Yeah.
idea. I'm definitely going to
Yeah.
try that. And here's my question for you, right? I feel like, and this is probably a false belief, that I feel like chat knows me, my chat, right, knows me pretty well. But I see some of your posts and I'm like, oh, maybe she doesn't know me as well, right? It makes me feel good when she spits stuff out. But then I'm like you said, she's probably giving me stuff that everybody else is getting, right? And it's not
Yep.
exactly me. So
Yep.
what would you say to someone like me? Like, I feel like I like it. I really like it. but there must be more.
Okay, so there's another tip. Here's another secret. And by the
Oh,
way, I teach this in a my free
yes.
workshop.
And tell me how people can get in touch with you. I'll
Yep.
include some links below, but what's the best way
Yep.
for people to get in
So
touch with you?
I have a website called aitwin.vip. And on there, there's a free and a paid path. So pick the free if you want to join the workshop. If you want to create your twin, click the
Love
create
it.
your twin button. So ChatGPT is so much like a human in this regard. It's the path of least resistance. So and that our
Oh,
human brains work that way, and so does
sure.
ChatGPT. It wants to get you the
Interesting.
fastest, quickest response that sounds really good. And it's like, ooh,
Yes.
if you want ChatGPT to not, if you want to go deeper, then you have to tell it. You want to
Gotcha.
say quality over speed, or right. So go
Oh,
deeper. I don't want you to go fast. I want a
tell
qualitative,
it.
tell it.
Really tell it to go
And
slow.
tell it you what you're not looking for speed, you're looking for
Yes.
quality and depth. And
Interesting.
take it one step further. Tell it to tell you something a little known fact or secret about whatever you're talking about. So
Oh,
here's where your chat this thinking intelligence at your finger. You
yeah.
can't assume. So if it's bringing back that generic content, just prompt it to go deeper.
Love it. Wow. That's such a great tip. Getting deeper with ChatGPT, right? That sounds like that is really. And so tell us what you have really discovered. I mean, how do you feel like this changes the game or affects people's business or with your clients? How do you feel like it changes when you are more yourself?
So I think, well, there's two things. One is it's if you are using ChatGPT in your business and then you do any kind of live component
Yeah.
and you're not showing up authentically
Oh,
in both, in
yes.
NLP, we have this thing called rapport, right? And we talk about
Gotcha.
building rapport, when it breaks, how to get it back. If you're not trained in that skill, you're going to instantaneously break rapport when your content, because it's written so eloquently by AI, right? And
Mm-hmm.
but not trained 100% on you. And then you show up in a podcast or in a workshop or in a coffee chat, and it's like, wait a minute, you like, if I use the word content with lipstick, like I mentioned
Yeah.
in my in my writing, but that wasn't me, that was some chat gpt that thing came up, and I never shared that thought, or I never had that story, and it just didn't sound like me, there's going to be a disconnect.
Sure.
So you have
Interesting.
to, yeah. And the rise of AI means the rise of humanity. I fundamentally believe that. I
Oh, that's
think,
exciting.
yes. So businesses, so this is the first thing is you have to be authentically you, using AI
Yeah.
and showing up as a human. But the second thing
Yes.
is AI can speed things up. It can make you,
Yes.
show up more consistently because you can crank out more content. You can brainstorm better ideas. You can have quote unquote simulate conversations with your, client avatar. There's things that you can consolidate research from months to
Yes.
hours to minutes. There's just
Yes.
things that we're going to be able to do. We're
Yes.
we're not going to need VAs. I'm sorry to all the VAs out there, but a
Yes.
lot of what we're going to be able to do is just say to our browser, what do we
Right.
want it to do? And it's going to open all the browsers, go through all the tasks, and do what we need it to do.
Yes.
But that, going
Interesting.
back to point number one, what are we going to do with all this extra time?
Right.
We're either
Great
going
point.
to have a better lived human experience because we're going to do
Yeah.
more human things. The rise
Yeah.
of the arts are going to rise up. The things that we're
Oh,
like going to a
wow.
play or
Yes. Having
going to your,
fun.
yes, the
Yeah.
travel, culture,
Yes. Oh,
exploring acting, exploring painting, like
wow.
exploring humanities.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
What a
yes,
beautiful way
that's
of thinking about it.
I fundamentally believe
Yeah.
that, because
I
the
hope
people
that's
that
true.
start to learn AI you can be so much more productive in your business. You can schedule things, you
Yes.
can automate things, and show up as you. And
Right.
then, yeah,
And
so
be effective,
yep,
but then also have more time
yep,
to
yep.
explore some of these more expressive
Yes.
sides of humanity.
Like the mom, like I'm not a mom, I'm a foster mom to dogs. I've been a nanny
Yeah.
several times over. I've taken care of my sisters and my brother's kids for months and months at a
Ah,
time.
yes.
So, yeah, the struggle is real
Yes.
for moms,
Time. Yes.
you
Time
know?
and energy and absolutely.
Yep.
Yes. And to that point, right? I love talking with moms, but I think moms come in so many different forms, right? I love hearing you, you obviously have children in your life, but really you have fur babies in your life. And I would
Yeah.
love to hear just a little bit more about your foster journey. Tell us
Uh,
about what you do.
there's
There's
one
one
in the
now.
background. So I've always had, I mean, I've always had the heart to adopt kids. And
Yeah.
so, and not little kids, teenagers, ones that are
Yes.
like aging out of the system.
Yes.
But until then, I started adopting, like fostering pit bulls, rescue pit
Oh,
bulls, probably about 6 years ago.
oh my goodness.
And so, I get the tough ones. I get the tough
I love
cases.
that. I love
Yep.
that. And you only take one at a time, I think
One
you
at a
told me,
time.
right? To
Yep.
really focus and get them
Yep.
ready. Have you ever had a pit bull that could not be helped?
Yes, I had to put one down.
You did.
That was the most heartbreaking one. And
Yes.
at the same time, the duality of being sad and happy at the same time is such a
Yeah.
rare experience.
Oh.
But he had the best lived last days of his life. He had a heart murmur. He had a congenitive,
Congenital heart defect.
yes.
Uh-huh.
And so, and his ears were like not clipped professionally, like scissored. You could
Oh
tell
God.
that they didn't do it
Oh my
properly.
God.
And
Oh,
then he was, stuck in a boarding, and he was just deteriorating. And so we knew he was going to have heart surgery, but even before he got to heart surgery, he just got lethargic all of a sudden, and then he he got diagnosed with cancer, and he only had
oh,
days to live.
oh my goodness.
Heartbreaking
Oh,
story.
I'm so sorry. So it wasn't about his personality that he couldn't be helped. It was
No.
that his body was failing in this
Yeah.
in this world. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness,
Yeah.
that's so hard.
Oh, I will tell you my first one though. My first one I had for 2 years because she had three failed adoptions.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
So, but she
And
finally found her home.
oh, that's amazing. I think
Yeah.
that's so true, right? It's not, I don't think ever the dog's problem. I think it's a human problem, right? Either the right human or teaching the dog that there are good humans.
It's if they've lived in pain and fear
Yeah,
and they're a rescue, you've got to give them a lot more time than you would getting a new puppy and training a puppy that's
yeah.
never been abused. And so
So true.
a lot of people want to adopt rescues, but I think they underestimate what it takes.
Yes.
So you gotta stick with them. You gotta give them at least three
Oh,
months to settle in.
oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love rescuing dogs. I will say, so we have one that was rescued older and one that was rescued as a puppy. And we always say the one that was rescued older, she like appreciates her life, right? Like she loves her life. She loves blankets. She just relishes in soft things, right? Whereas the puppy, he like just takes it all for granted. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't care, right? We call
Yep.
him like privileged.
Yeah, because this one's going crazy right now. I don't know
Oh,
what ball he's got, but
yeah.
yeah, this one was abandoned at hospital. He had parvo and he was
Oh my
really,
goodness.
really sick and they couldn't afford the vet bill. So
Wow. And
I
you came
got
in and
him.
rescued.
He
Oh,
he didn't eat for days. I had to
wow.
give him an IV. He now you would never know it. He's
That's
twice the
amazing.
size, twice the weight.
Gave him, wow, you gave him such a life, and
Yeah,
now he'll have a future. That's
yeah.
amazing.
He's amazing. This one's amazing. This one,
That's
but
so awesome. I love it. So tell us about what it is that you offer, or what is your hope for, what is your mission, right? Really to leave behind, and what it how that includes with what you offer for people who are interested in, like myself, dabbling in Chat GPT, but I know there's more. I feel like so many of us dabble and it's great, but clearly there's more.
Oh, so first of all, if you're not using AI or ChatGPT, the second
Yeah.
wave of AI technology is coming at us like a tsunami right now. So get in the water
Yeah.
and get
Don't
afloat,
hesitate. Hmm.
right? Get
Yeah.
your life-saving devices. And what you do by that is you get into a tool like ChatGPT. I find it to be the easiest, and you start having a conversation. Just
Love it.
randomly walk down the street and be like, "Oh, I have this idea." And ChatGPT, you just put that idea in, and Chat, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
a great idea."
I know. Chat is so supportive.
It's so supportive. And then just like,
So,
"Would you like to explore this path and this path and this
yes.
path?" So
Yes,
if
please.
you are somebody that stares at a blank screen,
Yes. Writing an
are
email,
lost, yes,
writing a
lost with
text.
ideas,
Yeah.
just
Start.
have ChatGPT help you. It takes one
Yes.
sentence. You don't have to worry about getting it perfect. You
Yes.
literally just have a conversation. That's
Yes.
how I'd get started, and then see where that takes you. And if you
Yes.
really don't know, take all of your notes. I This is
Mm,
me. It's crazy.
I love it.
At the end of the day, you just screenshot them, and then
Oh,
you say,
smart.
ChatGPT, turn this into digital text, and then categorize that, and then help me like organize the structured list. And then if it can recognize if it's a to-do or if it's an idea. So yes.
Wow, genius. Because
Yep.
is that kind of your process? Like as you're working throughout the day, you're like, oh, that's a great idea. Oh, I got to remember to call so and so. Oh, I got to blah blah blah. So you just write it down quickly.
Yep.
Love it. And then have
Yep.
chat do it for you.
Yep.
Love
Just
it.
so, and then if you're starting out and you have no idea what to do, like how to start a business, and
Yeah.
I would start a business using AI.
Yes.
So
It's the future.
AI AI is too new for anybody to be an absolute expert.
Yeah.
And it's going to affect every single facet of every single business. And there's not going to be enough people to do the work that it requires to manage AI. So
Interesting.
I would have a conversation with ChatGPT and say, in the next 90 days, I would like to start a new Instagram, make at least $2,000, and I want you to ask me as many questions as it takes for me to get clear on the idea that I want to go after. And then, yes, so ask me
You
questions
tell
so
it.
I'm clear.
Yeah.
Then you're going to ask me questions so that you're clear, so that we're on the same page for
Wow.
implementing whatever we're going to go implement. You might have
Amazing.
to, yeah. So that's what I would do. Don't
Genius.
don't worry about you. So I when I say I pick up my phone because ChatGPT is on your phone and you can talk to it in
Love it.
voice mode and just have a conversation.
I love
So
that. No
figure
reason
it
not to
out.
start.
Figure it
Yeah.
out.
Coming.
There's too much opportunity.
Yes.
There's too much opportunity. You could
I
do
love it.
AI video, AI art, AI coloring books, help teachers adopt AI with their kids, come up with new songs that you want to, or new games. It's
Too much.
endless. It's endless.
Yes. That's really amazing. And so for my audience is mostly entrepreneurs. So for us, what would you suggest on, like myself, I use ChatGPT just about every day, but now I'm worried that I'm not using it to its full advantage, nor is it unique to me. So what would be the next step with you? It sounded like you have a free option and then you have a paid option on your website for,
Yep. So definitely if you're getting started, and even if you haven't, I promise you, my free workshop, I'll tell you like something about ChatGPT that you didn't know you could do. So
yeah.
the free workshop is a combination of how to get better at using the tool technically, like here's some
Yes.
functionality, but then also how to direct it. Like, how do you manage this intelligence that you have at your fingertips, and how do you get
Yeah.
the most out of it with your time? So that's my
Yeah.
free workshop. And then if you
Love it.
already know that you're using it and it kind of like knows you, but you find yourself editing a lot more, or you're finding yourself constantly telling it about your business, or it's not your CEO strategist, it's not thinking like you so that you can
Yes.
take your business to the next level, that's where your
Yes.
twin's going to come in. Your twin is my paid offer. That's going to help you create content that sounds like you and writes like you, but it also understands your business, your competitors, your market, your goals, and then it deeply understands your audience. So that when you're talking
Mm.
about a lead magnet or a next business idea, it can align the conversation knowing what it is that you want to achieve in your business and who your audience is. And if you have any of your personality types, like Myers-Briggs or your human design, how you're
Ah,
designed to be working and living in this world, it can take
yes.
that into consideration. So
I never
now
thought
these
about that.
ideas that you're having aren't going to be those generic responses.
Yes. Oh my God, I
Yeah.
love that. And that sounds so helpful because I do find that I have to repeat myself, or if I start a new chat and then I'm like, hey, remember my, workbook, and then it'll drop some random workbook. And I'm like, no, no,
Yeah.
not that workbook, my work, you already talked to me about this workbook. But so it sounds like I need some fine tuning.
Yeah. And that comes down to memory, use of projects, use of
Gotcha.
custom GPTs. So that will come in
Okay.
line with some of the how to, the technical use of ChatGPT.
Gotcha.
But it's all
Okay.
possible. It's all possible.
Amazing. That
Yep.
sounds amazing. Awesome. Well, and so what would you like to leave us with, any hope for the future? I feel like you kind of already told us like AI is really coming and humanities maybe are going to be on the rise, which is exciting to me. But anything else that you feel like is your mission in life or hope for the future?
So I'll end with this story with my nephew who is 5 years old, and he was going to first grade and he was switching schools, and he was not well liked. You could tell that
Oh,
he wasn't adopting into the classroom, and he hadn't heard about ChatGPT. And he grew up. He's growing up in a spiritual home, so Bible verses are important to him. So I said, have a conversation with ChatGPT and ask it what Bible verse or word could you use that would give you strength and encouragement
oh
so that
my
you could keep
gosh.
helping reminding yourself throughout the day. So I was
Yeah.
with him for a good week. And
Wow.
every morning in the car ride over there, he would talk to my ChatGPT on my phone, and he would get something. And he would say, "No, I don't like that, ChatGPT." And then he was learning how to brainstorm. But this is, I'm
Wow.
just saying, like, there are people
Yes.
that are afraid
The
of
future.
AI,
Yes.
and then if you embrace it, there are ways to embrace it, to amplify, to encourage, and to let kids explore their creativity. Now, he quickly learned that he could also now talk to ChatGPT and ask for where the hidden rooms are in Roadblocks or in
Uh,
Minecraft, right? So, but so you know what I mean? I think that just
Interesting.
shows the gamut of what's
Yes.
possible, not only to a 5-year-old, but to a parent.
Yes.
Education. You don't have to give the
Right.
kids the answer, but you can allow ChatGPT to teach them and tutor them in a way that wasn't possible without hiring another. There's
Wow.
so much. There's
So
so
much
much.
possibility.
Yeah.
And that just makes me think of like with parenting, and we all want to read like books or as many, opportunities for us, but no one can read all the books. No one can read all
Right.
the but Chat GPT can really, right? Probably
Yes.
summarize a lot for you. So
And
what a
instead of learning a
resource.
whole book, it's
Yeah.
ChatGPT. This is what I'm really struggling with my teenage daughter. There's
Wow.
just, I want her to come in the
Yeah.
car and say, yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good. How can I create a deeper connection with my, just give me a list of 10
Wow.
ideas. I will pick one and I will stick at it until it works. And then every day at the end of the day, you go to that same conversation and you say, this is what's working, this is what is not working. Yes.
Wow, how amazing. So not only because I think that's the fear is people think, oh, AI means it's going to be less human. But in fact, it's going to build relationships, right? Because we all need to figure out how to communicate better, right?
It's all about communication with ourselves and with others.
Yes,
And you
yes.
have something at your fingertips that
Is a
is
collective knowledge.
collective intelligence. It's
Yes,
artificial, but it's collective human
collective.
intelligence.
Yes. Fascinating. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much, Cathi. I've so enjoyed this conversation. Anything else that you want to leave us and how we can stay connected with you?
Yes, just follow me on Instagram, Cathi Tarbox. And if you want to go deeper into anything ChatGPT AI, I have a calendar link, I have coffee chats, I'm open, I have a Facebook group. You can find all of the things just by, going to Instagram or looking me up on Facebook.
Perfect. I'll definitely link to some of those below. And I am so looking forward to staying in your world and learning so much more.
Oh, well, thank you for having me and enjoy it. Enjoy the AI
I
wave.
love
Yeah,
that. I love that aspect. Nobody else is saying that. So thank you for that.
1000%.
Embrace it. Embrace it,
Yes.
right? It's
Yep.
coming.
Yep. Just put a life jacket on.
Yeah, yeah, get ready. Thank you so much, Cathi.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Okay.
We'll
Bye.
talk soon.
Okay.
Bye.